Welcome back to the Building Code. I'm Zach Ratovich.
And I'm Charlie Burtwhistle.
Charlie, how you been, man?
I've been fantastic. I could hardly sleep last night. I was so excited for this episode.
Yeah. Why's that?
Well, today we have a very, very, very special guest, CEO and co-founder of Buildertrend. Our boss's boss's boss, Dan Houghton, is in the office.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, welcome to the Building Code.
Charlie's full of it, too. I'm sure it was just fine last night.
I rehearsed that a few times in the mirror, but
I think he's shaking. Look at him.
Yeah,
he's got the mic.
I'm a little nervous. It's either that or the paint fumes I've been smelling all day. We're repainting the office.
It's the paint fumes. Why are we repainting the office, Charlie? Do you know?
I do know.
Great question.
I know that's you're a pro. That's a great segue into the topic of the podcast. It's Buildertrend is rebranding. We're launching into a new year. But before we get into that, for those of you that may not know Dan Houghton, could you give a quick little intro rundown? Who you are and how you got started at Buildertrend.
Yeah, so I started Buildertrend with two of my good friends, Jeff and Steve Duggar, who are brothers. We started the company 17 years ago in 2006. So not counting the pandemic, I guess this would be my 17th IBS or 16th IBS.
Wow.
Which is pretty exciting. And for me, it's kind of like homecoming prom for the industry where everybody, all the cast of characters come out. And for it's pretty cool because there's some people and some customers I've seen every single year that I've been at this show, which is, it's like a homecoming in some ways.
Do you have any great stories about IBS that you can share?
I mean, I think what's probably the cycle that our industry faces and, which is relevant to what we're dealing with right now with interest rates rising and affordability issues. But the first year we went might have been the busiest international builder show in 2006. And so I was a head of marketing and sales. We were a 3-person company. So, HR, I was the janitor. I did a lot of things. And so I was telling Steve and Jeff, I know how to do trade shows because in my first career I did trade shows and I was a young professional. And the trade shows that I was doing were like at Holiday Inns in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And so I wasn't really knowing what to expect. We walk into Orlando and it was absolutely massive. We had this little 10 by 10 booth and we had about $30,000 in our bank account, maybe $20,000 in our bank account. And so going to the IBS was a huge expense for us. And it convinced us so much that we were so excited. Steve and I were there. We paid like $1,200 for Jeff to come down, which was like 5% of our overall budget for the whole year.
on the spot.
On the spot, because we're like, Jeff, you have to see how incredible this is, because if you're just entering the industry and you don't know what's going on and you go there for the first time, it's pretty overwhelming. It's pretty exciting. You guys have been there, so you know what I'm talking about. And
you literally, you guys were there. Yeah. You were like, Jeff, you got to get down here.
Staying at the La Quinta Inn.
Oh, sweet spot.
In Vegas?
It was the least expensive hotel near. No, we were in Orlando. On International Boulevard, which is like, chain restaurant after chain restaurant after, and we were like the last hotel. You had to walk like 5 miles to get there.
That's awesome.
But it was really cool. And then, then we dealt with the recession a handful of years later, and that was probably the scariest moment in my life. I remember showing up and I think we were in Las Vegas and we expanded our booth that year. There was no one there. It was just vendors. And it was eerie, it'd be like if it was like one person walking around, like every, it was like 10 vendors to one attendee, it felt like. So,
yeah.
If you're an attendee there and you liked attention, you were getting plenty of attention. So,
everyone was
that was a weird one. 2009 was really weird.
So when did we make the leap to having the RV in the booth?
The RV came from, we stole all great ideas are stolen. I think that's a line from Picasso. And I will use that for
T-shirt idea.
That's right. And so we actually, Travis Matthew, which is a golf apparel brand, I saw them have a bus at, the place I play golf for a big event. And I was like, gosh, this makes a lot of sense. We need a backdrop, which are super expensive. They have to usually be custom fabricated, and it's a unique little niche business that it's expensive to buy trade show booths. So I was like, what if we get an RV? It costs about the same. It's unique. And that happened roughly, I want to say 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. And I think it's great. If you have to manage the RV, it's not so great. It breaks down every single year.
Right.
So we're not taking the RV. This is the first year without the RV in 5 years, and
We swapped the RV for Charley.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because the expense of Charley is so high, we had to sell the RV.
Yeah, that's a good trade.
We have not sold the RV. I look out the window every day. I'm like, I wonder if we're ever going to sell that thing.
We could like Airbnb it in the parking lot.
Yeah, it's we ripped that thing out there. It's just empty.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you go in there, it's like
It's not a VIP
it's
RV.
not there's no bed in there anymore, no couch, nothing like that. So,
That's what a shame.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the RV, it was a huge brand staple of IBS, and we've got a new brand, so we'd have to rewrap the whole thing. I mean, why did you guys decide to update the brand now? Like, why is this the right time for this change?
we've actually probably updated our brand, 3 or 4 times in the last 15 years, and brands in some way, they need to be updated for a lot of different reasons. For us, I think it was really a series of events with us acquiring really 4 companies in the last 2 years and bringing our organization together under one umbrella, one brand. And we didn't change our name. We really didn't change much. And so it was more just of what I would call a facelift, a brand lift in a lot of ways. But we just thought it was time, for us to make an updated change with it. Was a color palette, and the lettering's a little different. But, I think brand's important. And a lot of our listeners are folks that are running small businesses, and they're always thinking about what's the best way to present themselves. And in a lot of ways, we hope the best way we present ourselves is through our work. So if you're a builder, it's your product. It's your home that you build, or the project you do, the pool that you put in someone's backyard. For us, it's our technology and the other solutions that we provide. But a lot of times, the first time you see someone gets to know you is through your brand. And so for us, just having a modern, updated brand is really important for the 30,000 clients that we support globally.
Yeah, I think that message that you just gave there, you've given to us before at town halls and to the company, is the customer first mindset. Is something that we talk a lot on the podcast, and when we interview customers and home builders, they always have that same mindset too, customer first. So at IBS, you're going to be talking about some of the product updates we've made, specifically kind of shifting from being project management, getting into kind of cost management, the financial side, some of the acquisitions that we've made to really be a more holistic solution for our customers. Can you talk about how those kind of moves and the product updates that we've been making have been geared towards becoming a better solution for our customers?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. Customer first is absolutely the identity of who we need to be and what we are as an organization. And if you make your customer successful, they're going to make us successful as employees of this organization. And so really the updates that we've made is, we're pouring in, over $100 million in the last 24 months in R&D into this platform. And so the platform's big. We have 30,000 customers that we're supporting. We're the industry leader in what we do. And if you want to be the industry leader, you have to act like it, and you have to bet on the R&D piece to continue to make your customers more successful. And so a lot of what we are doing is enhancing the features that we have, and also adding the things that our customers have asked us for a long time. For example, we acquired a best-in-class takeoff solution that we fully integrated. We are jumping way heavier into the estimating and the cost solutions. For a lot of our clients and a lot of our customers use agnostic accounting solutions like QuickBooks and Xero, and so really we have to pick up where they leave off on the financial solutions. And everybody knows that if you want to run a good business, you have to know your numbers, and you have to know them well, and you have to live by them. And so we are trying to make sure our customers have the best tools in front of them to be as successful as possible, be a profitable, growing business.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of amazing. When you were talking about your first IBS, like when you think about the product and how it's changed, is it just mind blowing? I mean,
it's absolutely mind blowing. I mean, what it shows is, one, how far we've come, but how far our customers have come.
Yeah.
We one of the benefits of the way we've developed this solution is it wasn't Steve, Jeff, myself, or anyone else that worked in this organization, whether it was 17 years ago or today, that's really driving what I would call innovation for our product. Our customers are driving innovation. Just today I was reading a ride along. It was a super long outline. One of our product researchers went down to Austin, Texas, rode along with one of our customers, and they really documented from the time they got to their building, like this is what their office looked like, this is how they're set up inside their office, to this is what they have in their cars. They went out to the job sites, and they talked about how our customer uses our solution. And like, look, it's not perfect, nothing is perfect, and they just saw, moments why they're in the truck, what would be better for a project manager within our platform. And those are just little tidbits that we're picking up. But when you have 30,000 customers, they're not tidbits. They become kind of, loud cries when you have multiple customers asking for one update or one solution. So we have the benefit of having some of the best customers in the world driving our product innovation. And our goal is to meet their needs and work as fast as possible to make it happen, essentially.
That's interesting. And we actually have a couple of people at Buildertrend that were customers before, and I always think that's interesting, and they were so frustrated that Buildertrend could or couldn't do something. They're like, well, I'll just go work there and fix it myself. And I know we had one buddy on the podcast, Zach, who's like, daughter, I think, worked here. He loved Buildertrend so much. When she started looking for a job, he's like, you got to go work at Buildertrend. I love what they're doing over there. So we're even getting a couple in-house plants to come and come straight from industry.
She moved here all the way from Houston too. We're in Omaha, Nebraska, where our headquarters is, and that to me is a really nice compliment from our customer who, is telling his daughter to go work for a company that, he supports his business, and he supports our business, obviously. So we've got a lot of cool stories like that, former users. And I built my first house 18 months ago, so I got to experience this
as a customer.
As a customer, in fact, our first customer built my house. I didn't interview any other customers. I thought, gosh, this builder, ADC Homes in Omaha, Nebraska, if it wasn't for them and a few other builders that helped us get our start, we wouldn't be here today. So they built us a home it finished up last year. And it was a really cool experience to go through it from the homeowner's perspective. And our customers have such hard jobs, dealing with people like me who, expect everything to happen right now.
Right.
And it's not an easy industry, but I can't imagine building something, whether it was a small project, remodeling a closet and a bathroom, or building a large custom home, and then like taking a step back, saying, our job, for example, was a design build, and saying, gosh, we created this, we kind of imagined it, and they completed it, and they walk away from it, really never to deal with it again outside of some warranty issues that every builder has to deal with. But they have such special jobs, and I'm an old man who's got kids now, and like your home is the best part of your life. So it's really cool what our customers do.
That's cool. Did you have any experiences using Buildertrend that you're like, man, we have to go back and fix this?
Oh yeah, totally. I was shooting Scott Vonderhaar, who's on our product team, messages all the time. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. And it's, that's the reality. And that was my perspective.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, if someone has poll, I feel like,
I don't know if they were listening.
We'll send them this episode and be like, Vaughn, you got a shout out on the pod. We need you to listen to read those texts from Dan.
Yep.
And it's amazing how we've evolved beyond just like project management. I mean, you touched on that. I mean, talk about hitting all the scope in our product.
Yeah, the core originally was a project management solution at the heart of it, and it's just expanded so far from obviously the cost that we just talked about, and the estimating and proposal generation, marketing solutions like websites that we offer our customers. We acquired this wonderful, wonderful business called CBUSA, which is the largest residential GPO. So we're supporting our customers in their purchases. So we basically group our customers up, and we have some of the strongest buying power in residential construction when you put all our customers together. And so there's opportunities for us to save our customers money on their materials. We've got an incredible amount of data that helps us help our customers make better decisions. And so there's just a lot of good things that are happening within our platform that go well beyond project management software. But at the core, I think when I listen to someone supporting a customer or even doing a demonstration, sales demonstration, a lot of what they're talking about is just the day-to-day managing their business, which encompasses, managing a project.
Yeah, the CBUSA, that's big friends of the pod. We've had Bill Smithers and Ryan Lipchek on here. So if anyone's curious about CBUSA, we have a couple episodes dedicated solely to that to check out. But you mentioned the data part. That's something.
Here we go.
My ears perked up. Yeah. One thing that we do that's really, really interesting to kind of keep a pulse on the economy is we actually survey our builders on a cadence. And there's a lot of uncertainty right now. Really, the past couple of years, there's been a lot of uncertainty. But something that we found was that going into 2023 is that our builders are more confident in the amount of leads that they're going to have coming in and the ability that they're going to have to manage those leads and get projects done and make money compared to a non-Buildertrend user. I guess, why do you think that is, and what should people be excited about if they're Buildertrend users to kind of prepare and stay on top of whatever may happen in the kind of economic realm?
Yeah. Well, our research shows that our customers, Buildertrend users, are more successful than non-Buildertrend users. And so, I think that's really a reflection of committing to your business and best-in-class operations. And so, not everybody gets there on day one.
Right.
You're not going to sign up for Buildertrend and all of a sudden be, magically
Warren Buffett.
Well, yeah, Warren Buffett or a seasoned builder because you sign up for the software. The commitment to it, the training on it. A lot of times, I got a message from a customer today who signed up in 2012, and 10 years into the solution, and they're still learning new ways to use the application because we're always updating it, we're always adding things to it. And he sent a note of thanks and gratitude, which was really sweet to get. But I think when you know your numbers and you feel confident about how you're operating your business, you're always gonna have more confidence in the good times and also the bad times. And so, look, no one here can really. No one here's a fortune teller, but when you're operating a business as a leader, you basically try to operate to multiple outcomes. So if certain things are happening, if you sign up 3 contracts versus 1 contract in the first quarter, are you prepared? How are you going to do that? How are you going to scale? How are you going to pull back if you need to pull back? And when you have systems in place like Buildertrend, it gives you a huge advantage on how to really prepare a business. And look, it doesn't matter if you're in construction, if you own a restaurant, if you're leading a software company, preparing for outcomes is how you really forecast and how you plan around all scenarios. And I think a lot of our customers have the luxury of doing that because they utilize solutions like Buildertrend and other good technology tools.
Yeah, some of my favorite experiences with customers is how they come to us and maybe they're $1 million company. And then they're able to leverage the systems and processes that future-proof to unexpected, and all of a sudden they're $3, $4, $5 million companies, and we're growing right there with them. It's just so amazing to hear those stories and experiences, and we hear it all the time. Like IBS is what I look forward to because it's so much about getting to celebrate not only our success and where we're going, but our customer success too.
Yeah, I've had the luxury of being part of this business, which has gone, from no revenue to, we're going to be probably north of 200 million in revenue this year. And what's interesting about it is, and I'm on the board of a couple other companies, you cannot scale without process.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what kind of business you have, whether you want to open up that second restaurant or you want to go from 2 million to 4 million or 4 million to 8 million. It is not possible unless you have process around your people, process around your systems. And that's where most businesses that I've worked with or I've seen, whether they either kind of do all the right things and they do get the opportunity to scale, or they just can't get past that front door. And that's usually because people can't get out of their own way and they're not willing to invest in solutions and processes that will help them scale the business. And it's no different for the construction industry.
It is funny. Sometimes Zach and I will be on here and we'll be talking to a home builder or remodeler, and they'll be complaining about something that's going on in their business or something that Buildertrend fixed. And then Zach and I looked at each other, we're like, we just came out of a meeting here at Buildertrend about trying to fix that same issue. Like, completely different industries, but at the core of running a business, a lot of the principles kind of remain the same.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting from my perspective, being an operator, because, look, we're all Buildertrend people, so we can sit around here and, swing the Buildertrend flag all day long.
Right.
But it doesn't even really matter if in a lot of ways, it's commitment.
Yeah.
We are invested in millions of dollars worth of software to operate this business. And my whole thing is, and Zach, I think you were in a meeting the other day presenting some software, is like, what are we expecting to get from this? Mm-hmm. What do we have to put in this? How much effort, how much time, and what is the ROI going to be on that? Or at least what are we projecting? And it doesn't matter if you're a team of 1 or a team of 3 or a team of 1,000 like our company is. It takes commitment to scale. Easy to buy, takes commitment to scale your business. And again, doesn't matter if you're buying Buildertrend or you're buying some other software solution. If you're not committed, you won't scale.
Well, we're coming up. This has been an engaging conversation. It's always great to get to talk to a leader at Buildertrend. And I was going to point out that, you also have hosted the podcast. So I feel like, we have big shoes to fill.
Yeah. I'm not really sure if whatever I've done is considered hosting. Yeah.
But one thing I wanted to kind of, leave off of, well, two things. One is, what do you see for Buildertrend in 23? And what can you tell our builders, or what are you most excited about for them in their industry in 23?
Well, I say, what we are doing is we're investing again, like I mentioned earlier, north of $100 million over the last 24 months in R&D. And so the product's going to get better. It's always going to get better. And I think the advancement and the investment we're making right now, we're going to see strides and updates in our product that it's going to feel like we're moving really, really fast. And, one of the things our job is to make sure we don't outpace our customers. So we got to update our customers on what's happening. And so there's not all these changes coming and they don't understand it. So I'm really excited about all the updates. I mean, there's going to be tons of stuff on the financial side that you guys already mentioned. And so a lot of good stuff around CBUSA that we mentioned as well. This year, 23 is going to be I think a really, I would say the first 6 months are going to be really interesting. One of the things that we've got going on in the market still is the supply and demand issue. And so, if you're looking for a home, whether it's an existing home, there's just not a lot of supply out there. So I always think that's an advantage to our customers. When there's not a lot of supply, that means people are thinking about, okay, if I can't go buy it existing, I want to build something new. So I think that's a real positive. Interest rates tend to drive a lot of demand in different segments of the market. And so if interest rates go high, I think we're going to see a soft market. But we've also got a lot of customers who spend a lot of time remodeling and on outdoor projects. And so for those folks where someone's locked into an interest rate, call it 3.5%, 2.5%, they may not be moving anytime soon. And so they're sitting around thinking about, we're going to be here for another 5-10 years. We're changing our kitchen. Right. We're going to update that master bedroom and bath. And we're seeing a lot of that. So I think we've got some nice tailwinds. But, I also believe the last 18 months, what we've experienced is kind of a once in lifetime, phenomenon. I can't say that word. Sorry. It's just a weird time. So yeah. I've looked at a lot of our business, and I've talked to a lot of contractors. I'm like, go back to 2019, think about what your business was like in 2019, and orient your mind around that versus what you've experienced in the last 18 months, because it's just been like guns blazing, right? I mean, interest rates an all-time low. This demand where you've got people that can move because of remote jobs. There's just been a lot of things that have been good for our industry. And, we live in an industry that goes up and down, and I think we all wish it was just normal. Yeah. It just seems like we can't get there anytime. But I don't expect anything crazy to happen, but I do think starts will slow down, obviously, in 2023.
All right, my friend. I wouldn't be a building code episode without the Charley Burt whistle analysis, right? That was awesome. It was great to have Dan here on the podcast. It is a true honor. He's a busy guy. We, don't get a lot of time to just sit down and reflect with the C-level of our company. What'd you think?
Yeah, that was an awesome interview. Definitely one of my favorites. And he's not in the room now, so this is me speaking honestly, not buttering up to him. One of my favorite interviews that we've done. And it's cool just to, I think sometimes I don't know if idolize is the right word, but Dan just seems like a CEO and seems like a co-founder and doesn't seem like a one of us, a worker, a person. And so hearing him talk about things that he's focused on and things that he wants the company focused on, his stories of IBS, it's no, he's just like you and I at the end of the day. He's focused on our customer, wants what's best for our customer, and wants to produce the best product that we possibly can to help them. So it was cool. It was kind of a refreshing conversation. And he also had a really good t-shirt idea that we didn't double click on enough. What was it? All great ideas are stolen.
Yeah. From Picasso quote.
Did we fact check that?
I did not. I didn't have the gumption to be I'm fact checking the CEO right here on air.
Yeah. So maybe look that up on your own. While you're looking at things on your own, we do have, I mentioned in there, the economic report where we survey our customers and some non-customers. That is available. and we'll link it in the show notes.
Yeah.
So that's something that we've been working really, really hard on, and there will be a report out that everyone can go and listen to. So check out the show notes, check out the report.
Yeah, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on YouTube where you can see our faces, or if you happen to be in Omaha, Nebraska, you're always welcome to chat with us. But even more importantly, if you guys have comments about the show, things we talked about, we'd love to hear from you. So give us a look on Facebook, check out the group. Charley likes to get in there and stir it up a little bit.
Yeah,
You can get a hot take from Charley right there for you.
I had someone slide, I need to talk to our producers after this. I had someone slide into my LinkedIn DMs today.
Oh, yeah.
Asking about the podcast. So, you can always message us on LinkedIn as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, thanks for checking us out. Thanks for always being with us. We love you. Have a great rest of your week. We'll check you in a few. I'm Zachatovich.
And I'm Charlie Birtwistle.
See you next time.
Thanks for watching the video. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for exclusive content brought to you by Buildertrend.